What's up, guys? It's your boy Footshocker, the nicest Edgehog here with the RGBL Week 4 Team Builder. We are going against my good Bell and Drake and his Kansas City Chuckles. Now, for those who don't know, with me and Drake, I believe, beaten Drake every. No, there was one time Drake beat me, and that was because I choked the game. I 100% choked the game, doing what I did. But in that retrospect, every other time after that, I have beaten Drake every single time when he has definitely had the matchup and everything. So definitely some things to kind of put in the factor. I think I might have gotten lucky against him in some of my games or something. I don't know, but I think I pretty much have beaten him every single time after the first time we ever played. And I know Drake would really want to win against me, especially since I am one of the few coaches that is undefeated right now. As of right now, I haven't played my week 3 yet, which is going to be tomorrow, no, Thursday, I believe. So there's that. But yeah. So this is gonna be the week 14 builder. Like, comment, share, subscribe us. I'm almost did an outro. But let's go ahead and get into this team builder. Also, you see the Inferno Open Slow Bro? Yes, that is for another draft league, but I'm not gonna spoil what league that is from because it is a hyped up league that I'm gonna put up there for you. But looking at Drake's team, he has got Ditto, Garchomp, Blastoise, which can Shell Smash, Entei, Slowbro, Snorlax, Electivire, Drifblim, Gardevoir, Registeel, and Tangrowth. Looking at his team, seeing that AV is no longer in this game, and I definitely would have been massively terrified in this matchup if AV was allowed, because either AV's dual AV potentially and Snorlax and Tangrowth would have been such a nightmare to deal with. But also with no Rocky Helmet, really is not gonna poison, really hurt or damage my team as much now, which is gonna be really good. Which I think is really good. But so looking at his team, I don't think Tangrowth comes. I think my team is just way too well adept for Tangrowth. Even if Tangrowth goes max in HP and it's Spadef, and it has a Spadef nature, it's still not gonna be able to tank that much per se. But it's not gonna really be that good. And plus, I have so many good counters to it, I can kind of just be able to handle it. So, Registeel doesn't really come, because Registeel doesn't really kind of go around with my team. I think there's not a lot he can really do with it. So, there's a big factoring with that. Um, Gardevoir I could see being brought. Gardevoir is decently good in this matchup. It can definitely kind of do some things here and there. So it can kind of come, but again, it kind of doesn't because there's a good couple things in my team that can really kind of put in some good offensive pressuring against it. Actually, I just realized I'm going to make sure I double check a certain calc actually. So, but next up is Drifblim. Now Drifblim easily I could see being brought because it's kind of good against a couple of things. It's good Will-O-Wisp Mon, it's got Strength Sap, and then like something like Hex, and then for its last move could be something like sub something probably, or it could just be dual stab with Willow Strength Sap, something like that, and then maybe run a berry or something like that. I don't quite know yet. So just overall though, Drifloon can be massively annoying against our team if we are not careful around it. So it's definitely going to be something to kind of maneuver and stuff like that. So who knows? But looking at the six I expect him to bring, I think Ditto is an absolute must. There's so much of my team that Ditto can just take advantage. And plus, I've been showing Drake in my battles that I definitely run a lot of setup with Nasty Plot and Tail Glow. So I think it's definitely gonna be something that I think Drake wants to definitely take a massive advantage against me here. Easy. That he can try to do stuff with. So, Garchomp, there's no ifs or buts around this. Now Garchomp, I'm trying to debate on an item now after kind of rethinking out my whole strategy and stuff like that. I've possibly have been thinking of just trying to think of what we can really do. I mean, there's a lot of my team that forces a Scarf, and I think Garchomp fits well for a Scarf in this matchup. But I feel like Garchomp definitely would lose certain merits in this for being Choice Scarf in some way. I think a Berry SD set can really do well. I think a sub 3 attacks Chomp could also do well with leftovers as just a recovery item. So who knows? But Garchomp, massive problem. I expect Shell Mash, Shell Mash, Shell Mash. God dang it. Shell Smash. God, why is English such a hard language? It's my first language, yet it's the hardest language. Blastoise. I honestly don't know what kind of Blastoise I could expect. I don't know if I'm expecting special. I don't know if I expect physical. It could be mixed. I don't fully know what kind of Blastoise he could be having in mind. But special definitely seems to be like the main thing I'm seeing there. Entei just hits my team incredibly hard. I could see this Entei pretty much being max speed Jolly to speed tie with Staraptor in case I am max speed on my Staraptor, which spoilers, I am not bringing max speed on my Staraptor. I do expect extreme speed just because of good gun. I do expect potentially a Bandit set, which Bandit can definitely run a little bit of a rough shot on my team if I'm not careful. So I have to kind of monitor that. Snorlax, I think, is a really good mon. I expect potentially like a Chople Berry set, like Rest Curse, like a Rest Curse Sleep Talk set with Body Slam, because I really don't have the best switches to normal stab on my team as well, as I do not have a Ghost type, I believe, on my team. So that's definitely something I gotta kind of play a factor in. And I definitely could see this Snorlax probably leaning towards a little bit more on the Spadef side, but still having a good chunk of Fizdef investment, obviously. And again, like I said, a Rest Sleep Talk with Chople Berry can definitely be something to kind of factor in, because if he gets a couple of one or two curses up and he has to Chople Berry, he can actually take advantage of the fact that I could do some damage back to me, and it can kind of bite me in the butt if I'm not careful. So, an Electivire, I think he has to be bringing, because Electivire just hits my team really hard. This is another potential mon I can see being Toy Scarf this game, just because it will outspeed my Staraptor, it will outspeed my Manaphy, and it can outspeed my Hitmonlee and my Porygon Z if it's Choice Scarf. So there's just a lot of factors to kind of place into this type of thing with the whole like Choice Scarf and speed tiering. So definitely something to kind of put into factor. But yeah. With that being said, again, I could potentially see Drifblim and Gardevoir, but I think the top six are the main six I expect. And yes, unless he really doesn't think he can do anything with Entei, then I can see Drifblim being an issue for the team. So there's that. So kicking it off here is Azul. Looking at his team, he does not have a dark type, and Azul just does so much work in this game. It is so good in this game, and I'm really debating on what I want to do. I don't know if I want to go Timid Scarf or Timid Specs. See, the thing with Specs is it hits so hard against his entire team. However, with Scarf, I guarantee he control the speed. And I think for the fact that Psychic can hit his team so hard, I think I'm going to take my chances and rock out with Specs. So, definitely going to take my chances there. So, but honestly, Azelf can just put in so much good work this game. We were running Dazzling Gleam, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, and Psychic. Thunderbolt's really just there if I want to nuke some things, like mostly like the Blastoise. Psychic hits pretty much, like I said, everything except for the Registeel. That's why Flamethrower is also there, just to kind of 2 KO the Registeel unless it's fully spit up, which can then potentially be a 2 or 3 KO depending on the rolls. And then Dazzling Gleam is just there in case I want to instantly nuke that Garchomp, which is also really, really good. So overall, Azul just hits super hard. Azul has definitely been a really good supportive member for the team so far this season. It's been coming almost every single game, which I'm really happy about because I do love Azul. I hope it's going to be putting some more work. Coming off the bench is going to be Queen this week with the Shook Up area again. Earth Power, Ice Beam, Super Power, and Thunder. Now, we do kind of risk losing to our own Nidoqueen a little bit with this set, but again, Beam Choice Scarf kind of forces it to click certain buttons and stuff like that. And we can actually kind of take advantage of some things where Ditto copies. That's what some part of the team is here, and that's not. I'm gonna be bringing only I think one Mon with setup this week. So I'm hoping we catch him off guard, and hopefully we can play around Ditto, because Ditto is one of the most hard mons to counter prep for, just for the fact that it can definitely be a bit of a mind game Pokemon within just prep and then playing against it. We are bringing in a naive set this week with no. We are running the minus def just because his team's more physical than his special, so we can definitely be able to hit a little harder. 76 in H. Oh, I didn't even go over the thing here. We have 140 HP for bulk, max special attack, and 152 with the timid nature. With this, we outspeed every single thing on Drake's team, which is really important. So if he's the Scarf, we'll get to know that for sure. But Nidoqueen here is very, very good in this matchup, like I said, and we're running this mostly as a special attacker for obvious reasons, and then obviously we're running 180 in speed. This lets me outspeed a modest Blastoise, which we have done this type of thing before. We've outsped modest where it's because I do expect Blastoise to be more of a modest setup sweeper in win versus being a timid sweeper. Because modest lets him hit so much harder against my team, which is really, really important for him there. So there's that. But I think Nidoqueen also gets to take one hit again. If it's Yachi Berry, Garchomp, he takes a hit. But what's really cool is if he's Yachi Berry, he's not Choice Scarf, which means we can also kind of go around this and that. So I think that's gonna be really, really good for our team. Up next is one of the many MVPs we've been having on this team. It's my boy Spyware here, and we're gonna be rocking out with a very kind of risky kind of set here. This set, I'm pretty sure will never outspeed a Blastoise regardless, so we're gonna outspeed in just normal Blastoise and just outspeed everything on his team, just in general. This I believe outspeeds. Wait, where did I run Twice Scarf with Modest? Huh. I didn't even think about that. Why don't I just run enough speed to outspeed? Actually, you know what we should do? We should look and see if I can outspeed Drifblim. I'll do that after this video, obviously. I'm gonna see if I can use this choice scarf to outspeed a max like Unburden Drifblim, and if not, I'll probably change this to make sure it's faster than max speed Garchomp, which is gonna be, and then lets me either have a lot more bulk or stuff like that. So, but for right now, the set we're gonna rock with is Tri Attack, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, and Thunder Wave. Now, Thunder Wave seems like a really weird idea with Choice Scarf, but again, if I can get the speed control going right here, I can control my Scarfers, and plus with having Thunder Wave, we make sure that Blastoise is in check 100% of the time, and we just check everything else off the box, which is really, really good. He doesn't really again have good normal switching, so if he does not bring either Drifblim or excuse me, Drifblim or Registeel, then he really kind of can't do anything against this. Again, he could be forced to have to bring either or, but that's another reason why I do have Thunderbolt and Ice Beam. Bolt Beam coverage really checks a lot of things, and like I said, Tri Attack Stab really just hits so hard against his draft since he does not have a really good normal switch in. Like I said with normal switch-ins, but this is gonna be a little bit more different. We are actually rocking out with Staraptor, but this time we're changing it up on the game here. I've always brought Scarf, but I'm gonna try to hopefully trick him here. Well, I brought Silk Scarf last time, but well, I guess in terms it is Scars. But we're running Choice Band this week, and nothing on his team really wants to take advantage of Staraptor hit. Because Dual Stab just really just runs rough shot on his team. Close Combat pretty much can 2-way KO about everything else on his team. Brave Bird plus Double Edge can from either 2-way KO or one shot about everything else. U-Turn is there for momentum purposes, so it's really good. So we're running basically a standard Jolly set, which is designed to outspeed everything from his 95s and below. So the only thing we don't own speed, I'm pretty sure, is just Garchomp. So that's fine with me. Also, what's really good about Staraptor being Intimidate this week is that with being Intimidate, it's not reckless, which means if he uses this thing to uses Ditto to just kind of copy my Staraptor, Ditto doesn't hit me as hard. It can still hit me relatively hard, but it doesn't hit me so much harder because of the fact I was reckless. So there's that. But making his debut this week, finally after 4 weeks, is my boy Hitmonlee, Leg Day here. We're running the Adamant Nature with the Unburden. Will outspeed Modest, Max Speed, Shell Smash, Blastoise, and obviously this will let me outspeed Unburden, Drifblim. So we're running sub 3 attacks actually with White Herb. White Herb obviously because of close combat. Now, it's very interesting to say the least on what we can kind of do and stuff like that. But in terms of what Hitmonlee is going to be able to do, the idea is to sub in front of something and then pop the Unburden. Because once I pop the Unburden, he actually can't copy the speed swap from Unburden with my Hitmonlee with Ditto, which is really, really good. And plus, if I can always keep that sub up, Hitmonlee puts in so much more work because I can Poison Jab there for his Fairy, obviously in Gardevoir. Rock Slide, they're trying to handle some of the things that kind of get chipped with that. And then I don't have to worry about lowering my stats with close combat. What's also really cool is that if he does try to copy this and he does get the stat lowers from Ditto, if Ditto is locked into a certain move that I can resist, he either has to choose to sack Ditto or make a swap depending on something. So that's really, really good on that part. So I think Hitmonlee is going to be a fantastic breaker, though. It could potentially win the game if we position it correctly. So it's going to be very interesting. And last but not least, we are bringing Ocean. We are running Sub, Tail, Glow, Surf, and Ice Beam. Now, if Drake doesn't bring Choice Scarf, which if he doesn't bring Choice Scarf Ditto, he's really making a mistake here because that is the best bring against any other team out there. This is again another kind of like defensive speedy Manaphy. Again, like I brought last time in I think week 1 or something like that, or week 2, something like. It's in one of my weeks. I don't know which one. But the idea behind this set is to kind of just be able to take hits from his draft. And again, if I set up a substitute, I put in work. Now, I am taking a bit of a gamble here running Surf, and Ice Beam is my only coverage move. Now, obviously, if he runs Mix or physical, straight up physical Blastoise, his Blastoise can, in theory, beat me. But the reason why I'm running this set is because, again, if he does copy this, +3, he's only copying the stats of Manaphy. And if Manaphy is against him, Manaphy can, I think, theoretically 1v1 the Ditto itself, with it, again, being a bulky defensive piece. Obviously, yeah, it's going to copy the HP of my mom, which is going to not be the best idea when you have this. But, again, that's where the whole point of Substitute comes to play. These last two mons, being Hitmonlee and Ocean here, or Manaphy, having Sub is going to try to stop Ditto. Everything else on the team can theoretically handle Ditto fine. I just have to position them carefully and position them in a way that I can still beat Ditto without having to lose anything to nature. So yeah, that's gonna be the team. Again, speed for Electivire and everything else right there. So max HP, 40 into the special attack to give some offense. But yeah, I think this is the team. This is a bit of a hard matchup, but I think we can do this if we can also have already won a week 3 game. Hopefully, we can go to this game in 3-0. Try to go 4-0. We've had a bit of a good streak. It starts out. I think the highest we've gone is 3 or 4 in a row, or something like that, or it's been 2 in a row. So if we can break the streak from last week, then it'd be great. But if we don't break the streak, it is what it is. We're either going to this game 3-0 or 2-1. So not like the worst thing in the world. So yeah, hopefully I'm pretty confident with this game, and hopefully we can pick up the win. Yeah, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later. Peace.